Hey there, it's Big Tony over here at NatG, the Northern Almost Tactical Gaming channel. We're going to be talking about the test server and the huge changes that are coming down the pipe. Kind of made a video about that before. We got big change coming, and it's like, no, now we're really getting a look at this. This is going to be a huge change to the game, guys. Let's go ahead and just run through the test server real quick. And I got some gameplay in the background from test server running, but I'm not showing any of the super details behind the scenes in the shop and hangar and all that stuff. Let's go ahead and talk. We had the basic drone rework put in. Drones are going to be just like modules that you upgrade with new currency. It's kind of underwhelmed. They only showed basic drones there. We didn't have the Nebula and all those, the higher end drones. All we had was the basic low end drones there. But I think I hate to say it, but I think we're heading for a disappointing result there. But I'll hold some guarded, reserved optimism that maybe they're going to look better down the road as we continue testing those things out. And of course, we did not have, our drones, they didn't have any microchips, so we had a taste of the world post Purple Shields. And it makes gameplay very fun. Very destructive. Concealment cover is huge again. Purple Shields will not save you. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the big ticket items here. The blanket buffs. Your sub-meta above trainer gear weapons are taking a buff. And you can, if you go up to the Reddit page, I think I'll post a little picture of it up here, a little extra footage of it showing it scrolling. But your tier 2, 3, and 4 weapons are getting bumps. Closer to the meta, the less the bump. Farther away from the meta, the bigger the bump. That's basically the principle behind it. So you're going to be looking at things like the Orkans coming back. Do not expect the T-Punishers and the Punishers. Those are trainer weapons. You're not seeing a buff on those. I was kind of hoping we would, because I like those old weapons. But you will see a resurgence of more older weapons on the battlefield. People who've had them for a while. You might even see some older players coming back because their older weapons are now viable again. So that's a good thing, I think. Now, of course, your meta weapons, Spear, Feigner, Talon, Decay, Hammer, Smooth, Puncher, Venom, all that category of weaponry, not in the blanketed buff. No shocker, you don't want to buff the meta weapons. They're already they're meta for a reason. Most effective tactics available. We have some big targeted nerfs coming up as well. Khepri took a mild, I'll say a mild nerf. Not a huge one. Just trying to ratchet it back down to get it into a viable role on the battlefield, but you're looking at an ability cooldown increase. Defense points are dropping slightly, and its decreased ability damage is going down slightly as well. So still going to be pretty decent, but just know if all of a sudden after the next update your Khepri is a little squishier and not running as well as it used to, that's the reason why. The Spear is taking I'm calling it a nerf, but I'm calling it a change in functionality. Now, the Spear is going to go from being more of an assault-style rifle, semi-automatic, boom, 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 boom. You're doubling its shot interval. So you're talking boom, boom, boom. You're talking more like an assault weapon. Not an assault weapon, but a sniper weapon. It's like going from a semi-automatic to a bolt action, if you are familiar with weapons. So you're talking about a fundamental change, but they're still going to be just as deadly. They did not touch the damage on it at all. That last shot with the Spear is still 400%. So that last shot is still going to be a one-hit, one-kill weapon. Okay, the Seraph is taking a bit of a reduction as well. In flight, it's pretty indestructible. They're changing its force field threshold, bringing it down, so it's going to take a little damage a little quicker up in the air. I see them trying to push this into the realms of like the Fafnir. It will eventually push it into that same category, having it in that form of vulnerability. I expect a reduction further in that force field threshold in the future. Angler's taking a pretty good hit. 40% decrease in shield durability is going down by 10%. Its decreased ability damage is going down by 45%. Basically, it means before an angler would go into special ability, run around in circles around you, and its special ability, its DOT, would just destroy you. Well, now a lot of bots, especially your tankier bots, are going to survive that initial angler attack. And once that angler drops out, you'll be able to blow them up. So your Revenant players, your Fenrir players, anything with really high structure that can survive the angler's initial assault, are going to blow it to pieces. So that's actually good for Fenrir players like me. I like that. Let's go ahead and talk about the jaw. Basically the jaw, the claw, the talon, the new rocket weapons that dropped here. The last update. With the angler, they are taking a reload time increase, so it's going to be a little less effective. They're going to be using those as pickoffs versus an assault weapon. But definitely still they're going to be very, very destructive on the battlefield still as well. Scatter, Havoc, and Devastator, decreased ammo, increased reload time. On the test server, I put I equipped the Scorpion with 2 of the mediums and the 1 light, and I got a godlike run going with it. You're not going to be using these as brawling weapons anymore. This is just enough of a nerf. I think it pushes it over the edge and takes it to the point of an ambush weapon, kind of like the energy shotguns from before and the physical shotguns from before. They used to be brawlers. They pushed them back to being more of an ambush weapon, and that's what they're doing here. Just nothing different. This is just business as usual as far as adjusting those. Behemoth is taking a bit of a speed decrease and reduction in durability. You're still going to see people running them left and right. They're in the special deals. You're going to see them. They're just going to be a little slower and a little easier to blow up. The Avalanche is taking a big hit to the area of effect on its blast. So avalanches, you might see them start vanishing from the battlefield again, especially in the quad Behemoth builds. Mars is taking a big hit as well. Turret damage 30% down. Increased the ability cooldown to 17 seconds by 2 seconds. 20% reduction in Aegis regeneration and durability. Mars is a pretty beastie bot. It was kind of all over the place, and it's using its special turret. It was almost like running 2 bots at the same time. It's getting reeled back. They're just trying to find its niche in the battlefield, because everything drops over the top, and then they relegate it back down to finding its specific niche. And I see this one eventually falling into that kind of specialty niche like the Scorpion. Effective, but not over the top. And let's go ahead and take a look here. The Fainter is also taking a hit, so we're looking at an increased reload interval. They're doubling it, so the Fainter, going to get hurt, guys. I don't think it's going to be like the Scotty, the Hell, and that nerf just absolutely obliterated those weapons. I don't think it's going to do as much damage to the use of the Fainter. It's just not going to be as effective as before. So be prepared for that. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. Smoother, there's so many changes here, guys. Smoother, Razdor, and Kremola are taking a big hit, reduction in ammo, and then an increase in reload time. This is going to be a big one for you guys who run the bendy weapons. You're going to be running them different, and they're still going to be as damage inflicting over a long period of time. It's just in a short period of time, you're going to be way less effective. So bear that in mind when you go out there and all of a sudden your weapons are a bit nerfed. And the Northlight apparently was giving shielded bots way too much benefit, and certain tanky bots way too much benefit, so they're giving that they're cutting the defense points in half and the Aegis durability by 20%. Shield Breaker can can negate the effect of the Northlight. So that was something new as well. So Northlight is taking a big hit. You might want to switch back to your Orion if it seems like it's too much. Let's go look. There's some targeted buffs out there as well. And we're looking at Shock Train, 20% damage increase. I hope that doesn't come back. The Ballista, the Hussar, Marquis, Dragoon, those are taking a 20% bump in damage. That's good. Might see some of them come back. The Corker, Atomizer, increasing the overheat time. You should see them come back. They weren't bad weapons, and they still aren't bad weapons. This will just make them a little better. And they're cutting the decreased shot interval on the Glory in half. So the Glory might actually be a very viable weapon in upper leagues again. We'll have to kind of play around with that and see. And of course, we had some targeted. I'm just going to call them minor changes to a lot of weapons: the Jaeger, the Hellburner, the Blitz, the Cerebus, the Raker, Falcon, Mercury, Inquisitor, Spectre, Raija, and Ares. They're basically taking some of the. They're giving them just enough to make them a little more viable in the mid leagues. I don't think you're going to be seeing them come back into Champion League, but you are definitely going to see them more in Diamond, Expert, and even into Master League. You're going to see some interesting diversity in the mid tiers of the game again. And that's it for the buffs there. It was a fun test server, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the footage going on over there. I think the biggest winner here was my Scorpion. even with the nerfed sonic shotguns. That thing was a beast. Alrighty, guys, let's keep the discussion rolling down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this big upcoming change? No purple shields, big radical buffs and nerfs. The world is going to change. Alrighty, guys, if you like what you're seeing here, and give this a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you know when I'm dropping it. Alrighty, guys, stay safe and healthy. Watch out for each other. I'll catch you on the battlefield.